Hey, what's up everybody? Irish Prepper 2A here, and today we are going to talk about the L7 snare. And the L7 snare is the way you carve the sticks to set up basically a spring-loaded snare. And it's all about how you carve them and your attention to detail. So what I've already done is I've got my base stick. It's going to be the one that goes in the ground, and then this piece here, this little one here, that's going to be my trigger stick. Now it's real important that you use dead, dried out wood. You don't want to use anything green. There's too much moisture and they'll start to compress against each other and it'll never hold. It just mushes away. So you want to make sure that you have something dry, not too dry, something that'll hold. And what we're going to do from here is process out these sticks for our anchor stick and our trigger stick. And I'm going to show you what that looks like here in a moment. So now that we've worked on our anchor stick, you can see that I've got that carved out. It's a nice, taking out the belly there, and that notch that's going to hang on to the trigger stick. I wanted that to be less than 90. It's real easy to get carried away with your carving on this. And number one, make it too deep. And number two, make it 90 or greater. You want it to be just a hair under 90 degrees. All right, so just a little bit less. Now, when I was carving the trigger stick, I started off on this side, and what happened was I made a mistake and the belly of the trigger stick was too much to catch on. So I screwed up, but I didn't give up on it. I just flipped it around to the other side so that the belly would be out here and that I could use it to catch on that way. And there is just enough. That's going to be super sensitive, and that's exactly the way I want it to be. So now let's get set with the snare wire. I'm going to pound this into the ground and set everything up. We'll show you how that goes. Okay, so I had to do some major modifications and tweaking on the trigger stick, but I have that hooked up to our sapling. It's going to be our spring. I also had to do some modifications to the anchor stick. It's just the way it is, guys. This is trial and error. You're not going to build it right the first time. You're going to have to tweak it as you go. That's the part that everybody tends to leave out, is the modifications and the tweaking and the finessing that you're going to have to do. So, as I said, there goes the trigger stick. There goes the anchor stick. Everything is ready to go. I have my noose set up. You want to have all this stuff set up prior to putting this thing together, because once it's together and you have that hair trigger on it, there is no messing with it. So let's set this up and see what happens and see how it goes. We have our anchor stick. I've got the trigger stick set up. Let's pull down this sapling, and this takes a very gentle touch. Very gentle touch. And you just want to slowly be careful so that doesn't smack you in the face as you set this trigger. That is set in there. There's the noose. Again, guys, this is demonstration purposes only. It's not like I'm planning on trying to kill anything here. This is just practice. So let's see how sensitive this is. It's not that sensitive, all right? It's not that sensitive. Despite all the carving and the tweaking, it's not that sensitive. This is not easy, guys. It's not as easy as they make it look. You see a YouTube short on somebody building a snare trap. Maybe they've done hundreds of thousands of them, and it is that easy. I doubt it. It's not even going off. All right. I mean, what's it going to take here? And let me show you one more time. I'm going to show you guys one more time. Let me flip this camera around. Sorry about this. Okay. Look at those little wedges. How small they are. And after I've whittled down that stick, how little material there actually is. Just those little edges right here. These little edges right here. At 90 degrees, a little bit less than 90. And what's that, like maybe 1/8 of an inch, if that. And then here on the anchor stick, not much. But you can see how hard that... Sorry, guys. This video is raw and unedited. I mean, there will be some editing, but what you see is what you get today. There's not much there. And it's not easy to set this trigger stick. I'm going to come down again and try and clip this on. Come on. This is certainly not, it's almost impossible to do one-handed. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to set that trigger one-handed, but I will put the phone down and I'll set it one more time just to give everybody a good look at this. All right, guys. One more time with the good side of the trigger. Again, I don't want to get snapped in the face. Okay, I got it in there. Okay, there it went. So, as I said, this isn't an exact science. It's trial and error. If you think you're going to put out one snare, one trap, whatever, and get something, I mean, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you, okay? You've got to set out 10, 15, 20 of these things, and number one, hope that they work. Number two, hope that you set them in the right place. So, as I said, guys, this was a good practice day, trial and error for me, and that's what I beseech you all to do, is just get out. You're watching these channels on YouTube, you're watching my channel on YouTube, and say, oh, that looks easy, it's spelled out, you just do X, Y, and Z. Doesn't always work out that way, as we've seen here today. So, with that being said, guys, practice, practice, practice. Get out and train. Get out and learn. And test your theory. Test your theory, okay? All right, Irish Pepper 2A, I'm going to sign off. I hope you all have a blessed day and that hopefully some of your practice sessions went way better than mine did today. Take care.